Alright, what's up everybody? It's Taco Bill Kafer here, back with another Decktech. Today we're taking a look at We Have a Plan objective. It's a Republic objective from a more civilized age, if you will. It's one of those famous decipher objectives where, the object is to hold one specific location. In this case, it is the Naboo Theed Palace throne room. So let's dive right in. So with We Have a Plan, right, we're starting the objective here. We're starting the Theed Palace throne room, Theed Palace Hallway V, and the Theed Palace Courtyard. We're using heading for the Medical Frigate, and our three effects are going to be Walkling V, Security Control V from the newest set, Set 21, and then Galactic Republic Navy, also from Set 21. So what are we doing with WAP, right? We're trying to take over this throne room, like I said. We want to get Amidala to the throne room. So how do we do that? First, we got to march her into that throne room. Then we got to use the Ascension guns to go through the window, just like in the movies. Once you're flipped, once you control the throne room with Amidala there, you flip, you can start causing direct damage where you have Amidala or Panaka, and then you can cancel any battle destiny that is 3 or higher. So very powerful, flip side of the objective. Very hard to flip though, so very decipher here. So what restrictions do we have on this deck? We've got a few. So you can only play Episode 1 Jedi, aliens, Republic characters, and Republic starships. That means no rebels, so no Luke, anything like that. None of the Resistance characters, so no Rey. You do get to play solo if you want, because he is an alien, so you can still play him. The other interesting restriction on this is that you can't deploy to interior Naboo locations, which is weird because you start 2 of them on the table, in the hallway and the throne room, but we'll get to that. Alright, so we're going to look at our character package here, right? So we've got the standard Republic character package. You've got your Jedi for the ground, you've got Mace, you've got Qui-Gon. This build uses General Kenobi specifically. You can count Anakin, I guess. He was on the council, but not a master. You've also got Amidala and Panaka, and then you got your various support Republic characters, so Sio Bibble, Jairus Janek. You've got your 3 clones. You've got Rex, Cody, and Tup. Those are the 3 best clones, I think. And then you got your 2 admirals for space. That's Killian and Yularen. Your space package, we'll jump right into that. Used to be kind of a weakness of the deck. You had to, protect your system that you pull, that we'll get to. But with Galactic Republic Navy, I think it's actually turned into a strength. So you get Anakin, and you can match up with Asia Angel. And then you also get the 2 admirals, and you can match either of them up with endurance there. Actually, you can match up any pilot with any ship. So you could potentially use Anakin to match up with endurance, or one of the admirals to match up with Asia Angel. Alright, so turn 1, there's a very specific turn 1 for WAP, right? And so on your opponent's turn, you're going to do a few things. You're going to use We'll Take the Long Way. That allows you to take a Republic leader and a Episode 1 system into hand. So in this case, you're going to take Kamino, and then usually you're going to take Queen Amidala. I think if you have both in your hand, maybe you think about taking Panaka, or if your opponent is a space deck, you think about taking Panaka if you're going to go a little faster. You're going to use the hallway to get Ascension Guns virtual, and then you are going to activate 1. So one of the cool things about this objective is that once per turn, while on your 0 side, you get to activate 1 force. So you have 1 force right away from the start of the game. So make sure you take advantage of that by getting your grabber out turn 1 as well. Once it's your turn, you're going to have the 1 that you already activated. You get 7 from your sites, right? So 5 from the sites, 1 from you, 1 from Walkling, plus whatever they give you as well. Your first turn typically is going to deploy somebody to the courtyard. Your best case scenario, I think, is General Kenobi. You're going to use security control to grab a weapon for him. You're going to deploy the Kamino you pulled, excuse me. You're going to use Kamino to get that clone birthing center, so to get you another 2-0. If you have a Wisa, you're going to grab the Boss Nash Chambers, get you another 2-0. And then don't forget, you still get to activate 1 on your turn as well with the objective. I'm going to go into turn 2 here too, because it's pretty standard as well. So on turn 2, you're going to have your Ascension Guns. Once you get to your deploy phase, you're going to use X Force to move X characters at the hallway to the throne room. So if you used Kenobi to, turn 1 you deployed Kenobi, you walked him over to the hallway. Turn 2, you use 1 force to move Kenobi over to the throne room. And now, thanks to We'll Take the Long Way, you're allowed to deploy characters to the throne room because you occupy. Alright, so what do we do? if you're left alone, you can pile up damage really quickly, right? So you get to do direct damage where you have Queen Amidala and Panaka. So if you're left alone, you could set up with Amidala, best case scenario, Jarrus Janik and a Jedi, maybe Qui-Gon or a Mace, right, at the throne room. And then Panaka and General Kenobi at the hallway. And then if you're really best case scenario, you can set up Yularen and Endurance at Kamino. So with that, you would be draining for 4, plus however many lightsabers you have, in that case maybe 2 extra. Plus you get to do direct damage, and you would be doing 4 in that case. So that's a lot of damage real quick. More likely your opponent's going to try to contest your throne room and prevent you from flipping in the first place. So you have to be careful when you put Amidala down, make sure she survives. You have a couple tricks to play with in the throne room, right? So you've got the Sorry About the Mess. You could switch that to a combo version if you wanted to. You've got the Disarmed. You've got the Meditation to add a Destiny if they have more characters there than you. All those tricks. You've also got some defensive tricks, right? You've got those 2 Are You Brain Dead? So maybe you only have to lose 1 Jedi per battle. You've got Blaster Deflection and Keep Your Eyes Open. You've also got Amidala herself, who adds 2 to defense value of all Republic characters, including General Kenobi, which turns him into defense value 8. So you've got some stuff to do. There's a couple cards you need to watch out for, right? So one of them is a Dark Time for the Rebellion V, or the combo version. Your opponent plays that, you're going to grab it 100% of the time, as long as you have a grabber available, so don't forget about that card. That that prevents you from canceling their battle destinies. So if they drew a 4, you can no longer cancel. Another one is Coarse and Rough and Irritating, so same general concept, right? So that allows them to draw battle destinies without you being able to cancel it. And then finally, you're looking at Imperial Decree Virtual, which would prevent force loss, depending on how many battlegrounds your opponent occupies. So instead of doing 4 direct damage, if you have Panaka and Amidala at 2 different sites, you may end up only doing 1 total direct damage, which is unfortunate. Other cards you can consider in this deck, one of the biggest things I looked at when trying to build this deck is maybe you, instead of playing Kamino and the 2-0, you can look at playing Naboo, because that's also pullable on turn 1. And you can play a couple of Taking Them With Us, the Admiral's Order. And what that'll do for you is your non-pilot warriors all get defense value +2, forfeit +1, and deploy -1, and that's in addition to the defense value +2 you get from Queen Amidala and the forfeit +1 you get from security control. So that's a lot of forfeit and defense value and a couple cheaper characters. Other lists you can take a look at. There's actually not a lot of recent lists for We Have a Plan, so hopefully as people see these new Virtual Set 21 cards, we get more lists. But that's all I've got for this deck. Thank you for joining me for this Decktech, and we look forward to seeing you for more.